Welcome back to Studio 814. Time now for some 814 Eats. Of course, we are gearing up for the big game this weekend. We've got Miss Holly of Martin's in the kitchen now. We are talking about some Super Bowl swaps to create a more healthy type of display for our guests.
Yeah, you got it. So I feel like the food is the most exciting part of the game.
I think so too.
And so I brought along some ideas that are fun and delicious, but really have balanced nutrition at the core of them.
Okay.
So we're going to start out with our first tactic, which is switching up our protein for leaner options. And so typical Super Bowl foods tend to be fried and high in saturated fat, which we know has been linked to high cholesterol levels. So opting for leaner options like chicken, turkey, or even lean beef is just a super easy swap to do. So the first example we have up front here is our Nature's Promise chicken meatballs, which is a leaner option since they are made from chicken. I toss those with our Taste of Inspiration's Kentucky bourbon barbecue sauce, which is so good. And it's low sodium, which is really hard to find in a barbecue sauce. So this has 110 milligrams of sodium per serving. But just toss those together and you could serve them as is, as a cocktail meatball. But I just elevated it a little bit by putting them on a slider roll with a little bit of rainbow slaw. Super easy. So simple, and they're a great appetizer for your game
They look
day.
so good too, and I was wondering what smelled so good. I think it might be that barbecue sauce, right?
Yeah, I think it's the barbecue sauce paired with the buffalo sauce.
Oh, is that? I'm thinking about that. Is that what that is?
Yeah, so next up is actually, these are quinoa buffalo bites.
Really? Oh, I thought they were meatballs.
They do look like meatballs. So it's a great option to add some plant-based protein to your meal. Wonderful if you have maybe a vegetarian coming to your party. And so the base of these bites is quinoa, which is a whole grain, it's gluten-free, and cannellini beans. So both are a great source of fiber and protein, going to help keep you full, and these are addicting. I think they're going to be a fan favorite if you serve them at your game day.
And you still get those flavors of like a hot wing.
Right, you're still getting those flavors, exactly right, but these are actually air fried, which is another great piece to call out. So we're not adding any cooking oil fats. You just put them in your air fryer and they get that nice crispy texture.
So the beans, the quinoa, roll those together to make those little bites?
Yeah, we can probably put the recipe maybe on the website, but yeah, it's mashed cannellini beans and quinoa with some egg and a little bit of breadcrumbs. So it's pretty simple. The hardest part is really rolling them.
Wow, that sounds delicious. All right, what do we have next?
So next up, our second tactic is have fun with produce. And I always like to aim to have this be the center stage of your layout. It really is a great way to encourage our guests to dig into the veggies, get in those important vitamins, minerals, and fiber that we know they contain. So this is the idea of doing an air fryer veggie board. And I love this idea because it's unique. Air frying is going to help get that nice crispy veggie with very little oil, if any, and it brings out the natural sweetness of your produce. So if you've never air fried produce before, it's super simple. All you're gonna do is take some of your favorite vegetables. I used asparagus, Brussels sprouts, some carrot chips, and even some sliced sweet potatoes. You're going to toss them with either a little bit of olive oil, or you can spray them with some cooking oil spray just to do it even a lighter version. And you're gonna put them in your air fryer. They cook pretty quickly, so 10-15 minutes probably at the max, and you have these beautiful air-fried veggies that go great with your dips. And so I always like to dip my different vegetables. So these are two from Boar's Head. We have a tzatziki and a French onion. They're Greek yogurt based, so they're gonna be lower calories, lower fat.
I love that. Way to amp up that veggie tray.
Yeah, to get that exciting produce.
And of course, to wash it all down, you've got a nice drink option.
Right, so of course we have to stay hydrated. So this is a wonderful option to impress your guests with a blood orange mocktail. And the nice thing about this is it's perfect for all ages. There's no alcohol, so even the kiddos can enjoy it. When I made this a couple weeks ago, my 3-year-old was sipping it down and loving it. So we're actually gonna go ahead and make this one to show everyone how easy it actually is.
Very cool.
So we are starting out with blood oranges. Have you ever had a blood orange?
I think so. They're very good.
They're very good. They have this vibrant red juice. And so we're gonna start out by pouring that into our cocktail shaker. If you wanna go ahead and do that. And so blood oranges are in season right now through May. They are very similar to a traditional orange. However, they tend to be a little sweeter and they have notes of berry, which is just amazing. They taste so great, and the juice
Did you squeeze these yourself for this juice?
I did.
Oh, wow.
I did.
Okay, so a little bit of elbow grease in there.
Use your muscles, squeeze that juice. And so that's where we're gonna start, rich in vitamin C, just like our traditional oranges.
Yeah.
So we have our 8 ounces of blood orange juice in there. To that, we're going to add about 1 tablespoon of agave nectar or honey. So you could use either one. I like to use agave nectar. It's a little thinner, so it mixes in a little nicer.
Okay.
And then we have about a half a teaspoon of vanilla extract.
Wow.
We'll pour that in there. So are you a bartender by trade?
No. Should I leave it to you?
Okay.
You gonna do the shaking?
So I'll do the shake.
Okay.
So you do want to be very careful when you shake it or when you're working with your blood oranges.
I love this.
Because that vibrant red juice, while it is very beautiful, it does stain your clothes. So be super careful.
Yeah, you do have to be careful.
We're gonna twist this off. You're gonna pour this into 2 ice glasses or 2 glasses with ice. And then Morgan, if you wanna top them with a little bit of lime seltzer.
Now, if you miss any of these steps too, we'll have that available over at our website, wearecentralpa.com.
And the lime seltzer, of course, no sugar added, 0 calories, really great option to top this off. It's gonna give that little fizz, and then you got it. Go ahead and garnish it with sliced oranges and
cheers here. Holly from Martin's, thank you so much for coming in. These are amazing.
Wonderful. And if you
Super Bowl swaps. I love it.
And we have actually a March mocktail series coming up for our free nutrition classes.
Okay.
So if anybody wanted to check those out, you can go to the Giant Company nutritionist.eventbrite.com and you can learn how to make wonderful mocktails in March.
There you go. Holly, thanks so much. We will be right back after this.